he's probably having some doubts. You might be able to get him a little cheap, even though he's an all-star. He might be thinking, even though there's some risk for the Pirates organization, I think now is the time to pounce on signing Mitch Keller and then listen on Bednar.
Yeah, going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. You would think Santana, although I got to say that guy has played a really good, solid first base. Troy went out with an injury, and man, he has just been steady over there. Hit his 10th home run tonight. He's one of those guys that a lot of teams would love to have in their locker room, but a lot of teams would also like to have him. So when he signed here, just like Rich Hill, I had the impression that it was going to be okay, rental player time for these kinds of guys. What about those guys? And how much would you realistically get? They're both older, especially Hill at 43.
I think there would be some intrigue for a left-hander with that kind of, he's been there, done that. He gives all kinds of effort. He gives you 5-6 innings to start. If somebody's looking for a 4 or 5 starter to help, manage a rotation that might be dealing with some injuries, and I've seen the Dodgers, as speculated, the Giants are another team. I think there is some value, but don't expect this monster return. Last year, Jose Oquendo, Johan Oviedo is interesting, and Malcolm Nunez is a corner infielder in the minors who's dealt with some injuries this year. I don't know if you get quite the haul back for Hill like that, but you might be able to find a usable player. And really, you're talking about 2 months of not using him. You probably want to get some young guys some looks. So I think it's a win-win to get rid of Rich Hill.
All right, let's talk really about the story that'll happen this Wednesday, and it'll keep on happening all the way through training camp and into the season. The NFL season begins for the Steelers with the report day on Wednesday and then the first practice. I'm going to take Kenny Pickett out of this because I think everyone knows that he is the key to this offense. But aside from that, what are you going to be watching up there, Jeff? Because you are up there every single day watching these practices.
Yeah, we did a story, other than Canada and Pickett, and I'll throw Canada in there, what other player offensively has got to have a big year? For me, it's George Pickens. They've got to provide some type of outside threat, some type of downfield threat, somebody that can get them chunk plays, because if they're able to run the ball, you would think there's going to be more man coverage. There's going to be some opportunities where play action is going to mean something to a defense. And I do think this team should be able to carry over and build on what they did running the ball last year, barring injuries. I like that part of it. So I think George Pickens, if he could provide them a fairly consistent deep threat and be able to make some of those plays we've seen them make at times, and obviously Canada and Mike Tomlin allowing the opportunities to throw deep, I think he's a big piece of what they want to do offensively.
No question about it. Running backs continue to be upset with everything. We'll talk about that with Jeff when we come back. We'll take your phone calls as well, so the lines are open. Call us at 412-575-2600. We are live tonight on Pittsburgh CW. Some nights we simulcast on The Fan, but not tonight. Call us. Air your opinions right here, right now. It's the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.